Vila la velo. I'm gonna start saying it like that. I don't care what y'all say. It's
Do it with the Italian hands.
I know. Vila la velo. Like
What is up, BVB Army? Welcome back to our channel, BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. I am Ruth.
and I'm Nicole. And we have the awesome Shane on. Good friend of mine. Hi, Shane.
Hi, Nicole. Hi, Ruth.
Hey, nice
How
to
are
meet
you
you, Shane.
Nice to meet you.
It is early morning here. Hello. We are filming the earliest time we've ever filmed. And right now, as you all know, there was really no name for this tour. The BVB VVDD tour. I cannot say that 10 times fast. I have to slow it down. That tour has officially come to an end, and we are here to recap it.
Recap.
So, okay. For starters, obviously, everyone knows Ruth and I went to the Spokane show. That is the only show that we
Spokane.
attended. Oh, I was saying Spokane. Okay.
Sorry, Spokane, not Spokane.
Spokane. Okay. We attended the Spokane show. Shane, from my understanding, you weren't able to attend this tour, were you?
Sadly, I wasn't able to. Like, the show that was close to me was in St. Petersburg in Florida, which is like about 2 hours away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could have tried making a trip, but then again, at the same time, since I'm working Halloween Horror Nights,
Ooh.
if I went to that show, then I'll have to like 2 hours to go back, try to get some sleep, then wake up just to go back working HHN. And wouldn't that have worked out? I would have been beyond exhausted.
Yeah, I think one thing Nicole and I definitely discussed when they announced this tour. I mean, Nicole had to travel to Spokane for
Spokane.
to see BBB's. It could have been due to venues or something else, but they skipped a lot of major cities that they usually stop at.
Because Shane, normally, I'm assuming because Orlando, Florida, right? That's
Yeah.
where most bands would tour to.
It's either between Orlando or Tampa. Like the
Wait,
bigger shows usually
sorry, did they not go to Tampa?
I'm looking at it right now
no,
just to double check.
no, they didn't go to Tampa.
No, they didn't. Nope. The only one in
Oh,
Florida was the third date at September 12th, St. Petersburg. Yeah.
that was the
Yeah.
only.
So here in Florida, it's usually the shows are well, the big shows happen usually in Tampa, like the amphitheater.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and then the majority of the small shows usually happen in Orlando, like the House of Blues, the Hard
Yeah.
Rock,
Yeah.
and there's this other venue called the Conduit. Well, I think that's what it's pronounced. It used to be called the Haven. I don't know why they changed it. The Haven sounds a lot better. So like usually most of like the Florida bands play there. That's where I saw Dark Divine for the first time.
Well, and it's something that Ruth and I were discussing earlier too, like kind of just throughout the tour. This is like a world tour that they're doing, and it's crazy that there are some major states and some major cities in states that they didn't attend, which we did discuss. It could be a venue issue.
Be a venue issue. I mean, again, I'm sure there's a lot that goes in planning and booking venues for tours and stuff. So who knows? I mean, it could have just been bad timing because to be fair, Nicole, when you came over to the Spokane show, we went to the podium, which was right next to the arena, and there was another concert happening at the arena at the same time on the exact same date. So it could have been that too, or other concerts were booked at other venues that they just couldn't go or something.
Yeah, and that's probably maybe what it could have been for Florida too, for either Tampa or Orlando by chance, would be my guess.
Maybe also for Colorado for you. I don't know. It is interesting. Like I did see a lot of smaller cities. Like I mean, there was a part of me was like, they're not gonna stop in Spokane. They're gonna have to stop in Seattle, which I get it. Seattle's pretty big, but no, they stop in Spokane and Seattle. I'm like, I'm not complaining.
Me either, because it gave me a chance to fly out there and see you again. So that was awesome. I am so sorry though, Shane, that this is something that you were not able to attend, but were you at all able to catch how some of the shows were?
I mean, I've been like looking through videos and stuff, like especially Dark Divines, like since they're on that tour, and I've been following them for a bit. Yeah, like I've seen like their videos and what's been going on, and also saw that their bus or van like kind of broke down for a brief moment, and they had to get a
Yeah.
new one.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. I was told by that their van that they rented broke down, and so they had some issues traveling and stuff. If they got it, they rented a new van and stuff. So I think it happened, was it the Canada show? Or
I don't remember where. I just know that it just broke down and they had to get a new one.
I think now I remember. It was the show after casting went from in Wisconsin. So it had
Did Dark Divine have to cancel one of their shows?
No, they were just, I think they had a day, there was a day off, so they had some time to get things figured out, to get their new rented van to catch up with everyone else. But I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it's something like the engine or something broke down, and so they were like,
So I wanted to say there's another curse going on, because with Black Veil Brides getting sick and then Dark Divine's van breaking down. But okay, Vivi, do your thing, you freaking vampire.
yes. Well, one thing about this tour is like, well, let's see, it started off September 10th in Louisville, Kentucky. That's where they kicked it off, the show. And then they went all over. So far, it was a good success of the show when it started and stuff. I've seen from a lot of friends and online friends that we follow, they were loving it and stuff, VIP and everything else. So it was the Missouri show, October 1st, where they had to first cancel due to sickness.
Yeah, and that's when they were out for basically the whole week.
And as a lot of the Army knows, like, Andy unfortunately got something on his throat and everything, which prevented him from singing because his body decided to, like, nope, you need rest, sir.
Which I do feel, as Ruth stated, though, I do feel bad for like a lot of the shows that got canceled. For anyone that was there to see Black Veil Brides. For anyone that still went, at least you got to see Dark Divine and Vivi.
Canceled 4 of the shows for them and stuff. And I know Dark Divine canceled one of them because
well, see, that's what I was saying, because I thought they did. That's why when you guys said
Dark
the van
Divine
broke
got
down.
Canceled one. No, I think it was I could have swear. So anyone who is watching who follows Dark Divine, I believe Dark Divine's van broke down after with the Wisconsin show. That is what I'm assuming, but I could be wrong. But I do know without those 4 shows that BVB canceled due to the sickness, Dark Divine canceled one of them, and I just can't remember on the top of my head which one they did.
Okay. Well, and then as we all know, Black Veil Brides ended up having to cancel the last 2 shows of the tour as well, just once again due to sickness, and heading to the UK within the next week. They need as much rest as possible. But I am a little curious why, like, Vivi canceled as well. Because Vivi didn't cancel at all until those last 2 days.
Like a vampire, he did everything. I don't know. Okay, so that's why because I remember when BVB posted that, like, due to foreseeable something, that they had to cancel those last 2 shows. So everyone assumed, okay, so it's just Black Veil Brides because Andy's still sick of his voice, but then Dark Divine and BB also did not perform. So it makes me think, like, was it a venue miscommunication type deal or something? I don't know. Because like you said, like, it was just Black Veil Brides who announced that, but DD and VV also did not perform those last 2 shows. So I'm just like,
I know. I'm really curious, like, what went on there, and it could really be anything. Life events happen.
Who knows what happened? Life is life.
Now, Shane, so you're a fan of Dark Divine, Vivi, and Black Veil Brides, correct?
Yes, I enjoy all 3.
I know you've seen Dark Divine live. Have you seen the other 2 live?
I have seen Black Veil Brides. Like, the last time I saw them live was on the Trinity of Terror tour.
Nice.
Like 1, 2, or 3?
Tour 3. It was at the Oriental Amphitheater. So it was the biggest show on the whole tour. Like, it was over 7,000 people there. It was also the very same show that Anthony from Dark Divine appeared with Motionless to play Slaughterhouse. So that was officially my first time seeing Anthony on stage.
So if you could have attended a show for this tour, I'm assuming, would it have been what was it? St. Petersburg, Florida? Is that what it was called? Is that the one that you would have attended?
Yeah, I would have gone to that one.
So when we talk about set list real quick for everyone. Shane, since you were watching some of I'm sure you're watching videos that people posted online, so you definitely got to see and hear the set list from each band play.
Yeah, Dark Divines is easier to remember because they had like 8 songs.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, what Black Veil Brides and Vivi had, was it like over
an
10?
hour set long? So yeah,
an hour set, so about 15.
Dark Divine had 30 minutes roughly, and I know from Dark Divine they played a lot of their new songs from their recent album that just dropped, and obviously they saved Halloween Town for last, if my memory serves me right.
Just want to say thank you, Dark Divine. Love Halloween Town.
Yeah, that's the song they usually close out with.
Yeah, I
Oh,
figured.
okay.
It was kind of fun to see Dark Divine in live in person at the Spokane show because like we'd interview Anthony and then Nicole, do you want to share what happened when we got to the venue?
We arrived at the venue and we arrived really early. Well, not super early. We arrived like 4 or 5 hours early, but
Something, yeah.
yeah, yes, maybe like 3 hours early. But Dark Divine was actually unloading their bus and all their equipment stuff off the bus, and we just see Anthony, and of course, we're sitting here, we're like, do we go down there and bother him? And me and Ruth are like, we should bother him. And then we look at Hudson, and Hudson's like, it's up to you guys. And then he saw us, and we started waving to him, and he just kind of like gave a small wave, but then he stopped, and then he started waving really big, and we're like, okay, yeah, he recognizes us. But we never went down there because we were so scared. Anthony,
Anxiety.
we thought we were going to bug you. We thought that you looked busy. You looked so busy.
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Yeah, I know. I felt weird because like he's been traveling, he meets a lot of people and stuff. So there was a part of me is like, he probably doesn't remember us or even recognize us. So I don't want to be weird and go down there like, hey, we never did the and stuff. But he remembered us because even during the performance when he came into our side, we waved and stuff. He's like, hey, so
that was a fun moment. Fortunately, yeah, that was the closest that we got to meeting Anthony. Just anxiety got in the way, but I know you have met Anthony quite a few times.
I have. Yeah, so the first time I met Anthony, I'm just gonna call it the Haven because it's much easier to say and I like it better. So like after that show, like I saw him at the merch booth, and like you, I had social anxiety. So like it was hard for me to do it because I don't always make the good first impressions.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just went up anyway, said hello.
How many times have you met him?
At least 4. Like the third time I met him was when I asked him about if they were doing like any music video shoots that I could try out for.
That's right, because you were a part of Dark Divine's newly released music video. Cold, right?
Correct.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to remember. Ruth, did they? Their set list. Did they play Cold live?
I honestly can't remember.
I think I have the set list right.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Honestly, think
I'm still learning
they
about
did
their songs, so yeah.
Yeah, the set list for Dark Divine was Drown, Runaway, Circles, The Fear, Paper Crown, Cold, The Reaper, and Halloween Town. Dark Divine did really amazing live, honestly. I think they definitely got the crowd pumped and ready for the next 2 bands. Dark Divine's a band that I would like to see again, personally. But I mean, what were like, Shane, you've seen them live plenty of times. You absolutely love them. Ruth, what were your thoughts on Dark Divine's set?
I like it. My favorite song from them right now is Paper Crowns. I like the energy. I love the makeup and stuff. I know they're still, starting out, but I have a feeling they're gonna blow up here pretty soon. I don't know. Just Anthony's energy and the whole body of the band. I don't know. This is not in the wrong way. It's just like it kind of reminded me of a young BVB, like the first BVB concert I went to, the Pins and Needles Store. Just their energy was exactly like how Anthony was bringing it. So it was like a deja vu type feeling, like and stuff. So I like them. I would definitely see them again. And who knows what new albums and songs they're working on right now. So I think they're going to go places. So I think they did a really good job getting the crowd going up for VV and DD. So. I mean, BVB. I can't do this tongue twister.
It's a tongue twister. Shane, say it 10 times fast. BVB, VVDDD. Oh, I said DDD 3 times. There's only 2 Ds. See?
There's no way I can, especially in my condition right now. No way.
I know we talked about Dark Divine, so let's do a little recap on VV Villavalo.
See, Villavalo, I always want to pronounce his name Villalavelo.
No.
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 None of you guys are on my side?
No.
All right, I'll say I'm in between, but right now, like that, no.
Villavelo, like what?
Villavelo. I don't know.
Like this is not the Looney. This is not Speedo Gonzalez. Villavelo. Okay, it's just.
It's so much more fun. I don't know why.
It's sounding Italian right now.
I know. Literally though.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite goth icons. Like, I was a fan of his original band, Him. Loved that band very much. So, I was also sad that they disbanded.
I personally, I don't know about you, Ruth, but like I never heard. I always saw him. I saw like photos and like things on Hot Topic for him, and I would see people's decals that say him, but I never knew what it was.
I had a friend
Not until this tour.
who listened to him and stuff, so I was aware of some of the songs, but I didn't really listen to it. So when I found out it was VV touring with them, I'm like, oh, him. Okay. So I just like, when the tour was announced, I listened to his newest album. I forgot the name of it from that he did. So I know he played a lot of songs on the tour from that album and some other songs too. And I can't remember for the life of me the name of the song, but there was a couple good ones I do like. I love his voice is really hauntingly good. So I will state though, he loves his flashing lights. That's all I was like, oh gosh.
His lights really, it was kind of giving me a migraine right here in my
I had
head.
to look
It
down
was,
due to medical reasons, but like he loves his lights. My experience with VV, like there's a good songs. I do like his band, his logo, and how the presenting of his intro of the band. But what I found it very odd for me, and I know I'm not a true hard fan, so please, any VV fans and him fans, this is just my opinion only. I do apologize, but I haven't ever really experienced him. So for him just to go from song to song to song to song to song to song to song was very new to me, because I'm very used to like lead singers or even artists like pausing, saying hello, thank you for welcoming me, we love playing here, etc. My name is so and so, we're from here, this is our new album, this song is next. Like he barely spoke to the audience, and like that could just be his stage presence, which again, this was my very first time ever experiencing him live. And the times that he did speak, he would usually say thank you. He did say like a sentence at one point, but I just could not hear him, and I was literally right next to the speakers, so I was just trying to figure out like what. But the only thing I heard from him when he was talking was just thank you, and that's it. And then he just lifted his glass to say goodbye and just left. And so I'm just like, okay, thank you.
yeah, pretty much same experience as Ruth just stated. I mean, we were both at the same show. Once again, it could just be his stage presence. This could be something that he always does. I don't know. It was different.
Or it could have just been that particular night. Maybe he wasn't feeling it.
It's hard to say, and that it is also true. I was just like, I don't know. And I've also heard from other fans who have posted online, like for his set, it could have just been how due to the venue setup or anything, but like a lot of fans just couldn't really hear him when he sang, because I guess the music was too loud or something. That's what I've been seeing online. But then again, it could just be a venue setup, a sound check gone wrong or something. So I don't know, but like it was different for me. So
his entire set was very calming.
it was
like,
very
we could
calm.
put it that way.
Our venue,
like it was weird after Dark Divine, and you're just like shaking the rails, like yes. And then Vivi came on, and we're just like, hi, like this is relaxing, you know, like
minus the flashing lights, but
minus the flashing. Okay, the flashing lights were not soothing, but
I'm sorry, Vivi. Like I understand a lot of people like them, but like me personally, with my medical condition, not a good thing.
That's fair. Shane, I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos of BB live. Like, how is he? Is that normally how he is? Is he very like introverted kind of in a way? Or does he like to play mysterious?
From what I'm seeing, I would say like a mix of both at least.
I mean, again, it was just something new to me and stuff. So I just wasn't really expecting it. So it was very new to me. So I was just like, oh, this is who you are. Okay, this is something new for me. It was just something different that I wasn't expecting. So that's it. But other than that, I do like the songs that he performed and stuff. So
yeah, he did great live. I don't know. I still think it probably could have been a mixture of things, but even if that is just how his personality is, I feel like it kind of fits like the mysterious vampiric mode that he was in.
Probably, and I can see that. So
moving on to Blackville Brides' set list now.
BVB. You guys, people, band, sirs, have changed up your set list from the start of the tour. I'm not complaining, but there were certain songs I would have loved to hear live. So this was Blackville Bride's set list for the Spokane show. We got Crimson Skies, Rebel Love Song, Wake Up, Nobody's Hero, Coffin, Scarlet Cross, Torch, Perfect Weapon, Jesus, The Legacy, Knives and Pens, Left Stage, Overture, Lost It All, Fallen Angels, and last but not least, In the End.
You know, it's just one of those things. It's a really long set list, but I swear when you're there, it just felt like a
That's
couple
what I was
seconds.
telling you, because like we were waiting, like we sort of enjoyed Dark Divine and BB, but at the same time, like I felt like maybe it was just because we're new to it, first time seeing it live, and went a little slower. But when Black Veil Brides come on, we know all the songs, we're excited, and then for us, it feels like 5 minutes have passed and then they're over.
I know,
Which actually was an hour.
It was an hour. Like, I know they did really, I will say, with this venue, like they did great on timing. You know, Dark Divine was set to go on at 8.
This
They
was
went
like
on
the
at 8.
smoothest on dot time concert I ever been to. Like
for
VV
everyone
went down smooth, merch and everything, barricade, and then like the timing of when the show started in between, like they were on the dot, and I was just like, whoa.
The thing that I'm curious is, since I don't know, we obviously know that Black Veil Brides switched up their set list. Has Ruth named all the songs that we got? Some people got Shadows Rise, Devil, and I wonder if Vivi and Dark Divine, did they change up their set list, or did they keep it the same?
I think Dark Divine kept it the same for most. I think also VV did too.
Well, I think when Black Veil Brides canceled one show and it was just BB, they did extend their set. Dark Divine did extend their set list a little bit.
That makes sense.
So did they get to perform for like an hour?
Maybe a little like 45 minutes or something. I don't know.
No, I know they played, I think, like 10 songs. Like they added songs from their EP, like Your Ghost and No Escape, on the set list.
Okay, so yeah, instead of they went from 8 songs to 10 songs, which probably expanded it to about 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's what happened at the Oshkosh show when BVB couldn't perform due to COVID. Lil Czar played like 1 or 2 extra songs for the opening act, and then got into Eyes 9 Kills and Motionless in White. So,
but I'm sure Vivi might have done the same too. Then might have put on like an extra song or two, which is really cool for the bands to do that. Give a little bit of a longer set for everyone.
I do know with Black Veil Brides, like I think they just changed the set list to change it up, but also the fact that the show we went to, Andy recently just recovered, so I'm sure he was trying to take it as easy as he can on his voice, and maybe that's why the songs were switched up to just songs that he can perform out without damaging his throat or voice further.
And it makes sense too, though, especially hearing like afterwards that he was suffering from laryngitis. But I do want to point out that Black Veil Bride's set was absolutely incredible, like always.
Can I just state the factor that their intro was from Sweeney Todd?
Andy's in his Sweeney Todd era right now.
Freaking loved it. I was freaking out. Like, I'm just like, I don't care if it's not BBB, it's Sweeney Todd. I mean, come on, think of the Andy and Chase though. He dressed up as Sweeney Todd. Take this banana, please.
Well, that's what's cool about this entire tour is you had like a really spooky horror band start, and then you went from spooky band to vampiric to Sweeney Todd, total goth mode. Even though like I know Vivi's goth too, but like the energies that each one gave certain like different elements. It was pretty cool to watch.
I will say for Black Veil Bride set list, I was so happy to hear Nobody's Hero, and there's another one. Torch. It was fun to listen to Torch too.
My husband absolutely, that's his favorite song is Torch off the new album. So I was like,
right now is my boyfriend's favorite song so far, Torch. He really enjoyed Torch.
So the husband and the boyfriend get their favorite song, Ruth, from the Phantom tomorrow. We see how it is.
Torch, yeah. I mean, come on. I even showed you, like, after the concert, Brian wanted to see the Torch music video. So, like, we were watching it. He's like, what is going on? Who's that? I'm like, okay, here's the story.
The lights that they used were pretty cool, too.
I love the lights, although... Andy, I love you. I can see you in person, but on camera, anytime you walk to the blue light, it just swallowed you on my camera. Like, you couldn't see you anymore, sir, which was the fat down thing. But other than that, I love the lights. I feel like every other concert I go to for BVB, they switch up. It's usually like their light shows, or they have visual things in the background, like they did in Fraternity of Terror tour. So, but I don't know which one I like better, lights or the visual things. I don't know.
I think it's good to like both, because I think that's what I enjoy about Black Veil Brides is they're always like switching up how they do things. I think the lighting themes that they went with this time was blue, red, yellow, and green.
The green I loved.
Green was really good. Made for cool shots.
You got a good one with Lonnie.
Oh, I know. That was my favorite one. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I got a good one of Andy too with the green too. So
I know. I love that one of him screaming. I was like, ugh.
I know. I think the stage presence was great. I mean, Andy definitely knows how to work the show and stuff. We got a lot of Jinx interaction in our show. It was kind of fun to see him just rock out and stuff. I wanted to see more of Lonnie, but he was working the other stage. And then obviously Cece's way back right there with his killer drum set. And I'm just like, hey. So
the drum set for Black Veil Brides is absolutely insane. Have you seen it, Shane? Black Veil Brides drum set?
Yeah, I've seen videos of it and
dude, it's
pictures.
a beast.
Yeah. Can you just imagine like Cece moving that all around the stage just so that way he can like, interact with fans? That'd be hilarious.
I wish. I mean, he was telling me about it during the Christian Mingles, like, oh yeah, I really enjoy this set. It's getting bigger and bigger, I swear, every tour. So
I know. Imagine their next tour. I wonder if they're going to add on a bunch of new things each time.
Maybe. No, I really enjoyed the BVB concert and stuff. I will state overall, this show, this tour. So I'm typically used to like, okay, getting there early, there's a big line and stuff, and then you have those fans who are like, excited, nervous and stuff, and going a little crazy with the mosh pit and stuff. But this concert was very tame, which again shocked me because we were at Barricade, like off to the stage left or right, I can't remember. And I was full on expecting, okay, there's going to be some moshing, maybe some pushing, maybe crowd surfing. None of that happened. Like I would have felt no push, no shove at all at the spot. And I'm just like, there was a part of me that wasn't complaining, but the part of me was like, this is weird.
Because it wasn't normal. Because at a normal concert, you normally get people shoving and you get the crowd surfing. They didn't even do it for Dark Divine's set.
No, I mean there was a couple like
headbanging
stuff, but not like shoving or pushing and stuff. And
it was nice, but not normal.
Yeah, it was nice, but not normal, and it felt weird because I was fully on. Like there was a part of me expecting like, okay, push, shove, oh, duck or something, because I'm always used to that. But for this concert and tour, there was none of that. It was super, super tame for at least a rock show. So
yeah.
Sounds like the opposite of the Motionless in White show I went to.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, complete opposite. Yes.
Oh, that one was brutal. I wonder if there were any sold out shows for this tour.
I think Columbus, Ohio show, the original
that they oversold. That's right. So
they had to move venues. So they went and moved out to an outdoor venues, and that's what Chris and Amy went to and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I think that one oversold, so they had to move to a different venue for that. That's what I've heard and saw. And that's the only one I've heard. I think everything else was I don't think it was sold out. I know certain VIP things were sold out, but yeah, the shows wise, I think most of them besides the Columbus, Ohio was decent. Like nothing was sold out. At least that's not what I saw, because usually BVB is usually good at posting things on their stories like sold out. So like the UK tour, a lot of shows are like low tickets, sold out. There's a couple shows still where you can purchase tickets, but other than that, yeah,
that makes sense. That's UK.
Yeah,
I mean, I definitely know VIP was definitely sold out, but something that I know all fans would have really loved to have for this tour. I don't know if you've heard of the new cover song that was released a couple months ago that Black Veil Brides did with Vivi, Temple of Love.
Yeah, I do know that one. People I know went crazy for it when it came out.
Yeah, well, because it was just it was so different and cool, like the way that Black Veil Brides, just performed, but it's like Andy's voice too. Vocal ranges that he did was unexpected, and it was also unexpected for Vivi's parts too.
I know a lot of fans wanted to hear that live.
Yeah, I was one of them.
Like, I honestly feel like Andy's voice has gotten better as time has passed. Like, the older he gets, like, the better his voice gets.
His voice has always been great, but he keeps progressing with it. Yeah. It's like he's using different vocal ranges for everything, and it's really great to hear.
Like a lot of bands that came out like in like 2010s, like the early 2010s, like bands like Black Veil Brides, Motionless are like not only continuing going, but they seem to be bigger than ever.
No, I definitely agree with you on that. But I was really sad, about Temple of Love. not being played.
This is no secret of anyone who follows Andy's Patreon. Andy kind of spilled the beans of why Temple of Love is really played. I mean, he stated that during practice, they do practice it. They just need one more person to practice it with them. And unfortunately, due to reasons, VV decided not to go on practice. So hence why they never performed it. So,
which is very unfortunate.
You know, it happens. Like we said, VV, he's just like a very introvert. So maybe he just didn't want, I don't know. There could be a lot of reasons why it didn't work out, but who knows? Maybe one day they will. It was nice to get the little vinyl I got for VIP for the Temple of Love. So it's in my other collection now.
Yes, Ruth got the vinyl. I actually bought the CD at the VA at the merch booth. I was gonna say at the VIP. No, that's wrong. At the merch booth. I bought the little CD thing for it. So that way at least I have it.
Yeah, you know you do. So, okay, overall, so I know Nicole and I both attended, and Shane, you've probably seen stuff online. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, amazing, perfect, ranking this tour. Go, Nicole.
Well, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I really loved this tour. I would actually give it a 10 out of 10. Personally, just because I loved the bands that performed. Dark Divine did absolutely amazing. It was cool to see them. It was cool to see VB too. And I think it was just phenomenal show that Black Veil Brides put on. But to see, I'm biased. So to me, Black Veil Brides always puts on hell of a shows. So like I really enjoyed this tour. I would say 10 out of 10. What about you, Ruth?
See, I wish I could say a 10, but I know I'll be lying to myself.
Oh my God. What? I'm shocked.
I'm going to give it an 8. Just here's my reasons. I love BVB. 10 for 10 on their set list. It's just, I almost felt like the calmness and the tameness. And I feel like also, just for me at the Spokane show, the lack of energy from the audience wasn't there. And it really put a downplay on me. And I'm sure it did with the guys too. But other than that, I gave it an 8 because I still had an amazing time with the guys and you and Hudson. And then obviously our after show VIP with CC, Lonnie, and Jinx. So I give it an 8. I felt kind of bad for the lack of energy during the Spokane show, but that's just me.
No, well, okay, see, I do agree with you on that because it was very strange energy that was going on, which is bizarre for a Black Veil Bride show. I don't know. I guess for me, like I just got so lost in the moment of Black Veil Brides performing that like it didn't even hit me. Like the only times I was really paying attention to like the crowd was when like Andy's talking moments. Yeah. But like it is one of those things when you go back and you watch like the recordings from filming, you're like, oh, like it's very interesting because the crowd was not as hyped. And that is extremely unfortunate. But like overall, I think for me, 10 out of 10 because spending it with you and Hudson and Ryan and
a 10 out of 10 for like friends and stuff. As for the energy wise, okay, fine. 10 out of 10 company people and stuff and BBB. 8 out of 10 for just the energy.
That's fair. That is valid. I will accept that because I feel you on that. I feel you 100% on that. Shane.
Since I wasn't unable to attend this tour, but I have seen Dark Divine and Black Veil Brides live. Like, it hasn't been that long ago, so I've seen like videos of VV. I'm gonna pull a Ruth and say 8 out of 10. Just knock off the 2 points since I wasn't there.
Fair.
That's fair. But you did see a lot of like the live videos that were shown from people.
Yeah. I feel like my rating would be higher if I was a part of it, but since I wasn't, I'm just gonna go with an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's completely fair. So
that is completely fair. It was a good tour. I'm really sad that it's over, but I think it was absolutely just awesome, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely that post-concert feeling right now where we're so excited, then the day happens and now we're just like, and we're back to reality. But I'm sure they're going on the UK here soon, and so I'm sure they're gonna have fun. Please be healthy, guys. Try your best not to get sick.
Safe travels
and everything there. And obviously we know that BVB is working on new music and stuff, and who knows, there could be some big event next year with
It's one of those things we'll have to see. We always wish for a tour every single year, so
I mean, it's nice to have.
it's always nice to have. No, this tour was absolutely fantastic, though. I'm really thrilled for the opportunity that Dark Divine had, and I'm really glad that Black Veil Brides got to do a tour with Vivi. But, it was great to see all the merch booths filled with merchandise, because I feel like when you do go to some tours, some of the opening bands, if you were lucky, if they even have merchandise, and if they do, sometimes it's like one or two things. So it was really cool to see that Dark Divine had a wide variety to choose from, as well as Vivi, as well as Black Veil Brides. There were things at the Black Veil Brides merch booth that I did not see when other people were taking photos of the merch.
Andy's paintings? How did not that get posted on social media? I'm sorry.
Well, because I'm wondering, what if they weren't for sale at every show? Like, what
I
if
asked Cassidy, and she said there was something like that when she went to her show. I'm like, great, so it has to be. When did it start? Because I didn't know
Yeah.
that until we went there, and I'm like, what?
I know. I wish that I could have bought one. My
Well, how
bank
much was it?
account,
Like $300 or $400?
$400.
I could have afforded it, but at what price? No meals, no food for Roku.
Yeah, same. But sorry, Ender, you're eating kibble. Little
The
kibble.
struggles of going to shows.
All right, BVB Army, that officially wraps up today's episode where we went ahead and recapped the BVB VVDD tour. I have to slow it down, cannot say it fast. Shane, thank you so much for just helping us recap it. I'm so sorry that you were unable to attend this tour, but I'm really hoping that you'll be able to attend the next tour that both Black Veil Brides, Dark Divine, and VV do. That VV do. Yeah, that makes sense. Sounded weird. But that way you also get a chance to see VV perform as well.
I'm definitely gonna try if I get the chance, for sure. And
Yeah,
thank you so
no.
much for having me on here.
Yeah, no, thank you for just being a part of it. We greatly appreciate it. For all fans that don't know, you can definitely check us out on all streaming platforms. We are literally everywhere. We do have a TikTok. Go ahead and give us a follow on there. Give us a follow on our Twitter page. And if you want to give us a follow on our personal pages, we are on Instagram. Shane, where can fans find you?
I would say Instagram, that's where I'm most active on there socially. So
Okay, what's your at?
my name would be Sassy Shakespeare _
I love it.
Love that. Literally, though. All right, you guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this recap. Once again, we're sad the tour is over. We are also officially in November, you guys.
November.
We're still November. We're coming closer to the holidays. Black Veil Brides is going to be on tour in the UK. So we're hoping all of that goes well, and we will see you next time on Heart Starts.
Hi, guys.